I would like to shine a brighter light on what is known as America's dirtiest secret, sex trafficking, but more specifically, sex trafficking during the Super Bowl. So, what is sex trafficking? And according to the Polaris Project, which is a great organization that helps victims of sex trafficking but also brings greater awareness to this issue, and they define it as a modern day slavery where people profit from the control and exploitation of others. And some of these victims are ages 18 or older, men and women, children, and they are coerced and deceived into these sex acts. Here are some sad facts about sex trafficking and the Super Bowl. According to IBT Times, it is expected between 100,000 to 300,000 American women and children as young as 12 years old are exploited in the sex trade within this country. According to Huffington Post, the Super Bowl is the single largest human trafficking incident in the U.S. According to Forbes, 10,000 prostituted women were brought to the recent Super Bowl. According to the Huffington Post, U.S. sex trafficking, which is dubbed America's dirtiest secret, garners approximately $9.5 billion a year. So let me ask a question. How does society, how does America, how do we see sex trafficking? Do we see it as a non-issue? Do we see it as an issue? Well, that doesn't happen here. That happens overseas. But that doesn't happen in the great US of A. Especially during the Super Bowl, there's no way. The Super Bowl is a time where we get to watch our favorite sport. We get to pass around the guacamole we just made. We get to eat our favorite chips. We get to pass around our favorite drinks. We get to watch the Super Bowl halftime show. We get to watch all the commercials. And then we get to talk about it in the morning. This is a time where we get to create memories with our family and friends. But we're unaware of what is truly happening that night for so many people. Thousands of men and women, children, are being affected by the industry of sex trafficking, having to do unseen, unthinkable things that they'll never forget, which brings a physical and emotional pain, things that we couldn't even imagine they were being forced to do, and if not, they're being threatened. And during this weekend, we are unaware of how lives are being changed, not for the best, but moments that they'll never forget, that they can't erase out of their mind, and they can't erase out of their memory. Yeah, so now you might be thinking, how do I help with what is known as America's dirtiest secret? And may I suggest that we just inform ourselves and get more educated about the true prevalence and this issue that is still in America of sex trafficking. I would now like to share with you a few warning signs which we can all be aware of if we think a person is the victim of human trafficking. It's not free to leave or come as he and she wishes. It's fearful, anxious, depressed, submissive, tense or nervous, paranoid, avoids eye contact, shows signs of physical and or sexual abuse, physical restraint, confinement or torture, has a few or no personal possessions, is not in control of his or her own identification documents, lack of knowledge or whereabouts, and are not known of what city they are in, loss of sense of time. And if you or anyone else sees the warning signs and are concerned about a person or a people group that are the victims of human trafficking, please contact the National Human Trafficking Hotline, which is sponsored by the Polaris Project. Call 1-888-373-7888. Or you can text the phrase "Be Free" to 233-733. And if you would like more information about human trafficking or information about the Polaris Project, please go to polarisproject.org. Thank you for watching.